Live. You guys got to miss all the rapping.
Sorry, not sorry.
Not sorry, not sorry.
Unfortunately.
Let's just go ahead and go around. If you guys don't mind, let's just present ourselves to the people who may not know us.
Greetings! I am Casey H on the socials, and today I'm playing Elia Hin, cosmically inclined human being.
Howdy, this is Karl. I'm playing Kahareth, Khoratari, the Kalashtar Paladin. Ma'am.
Hello everyone, I am MK, and I'm playing Colias Alexandra, the Bard, the Short, the Mighty.
Greetings and good evening. I am Jovar Celestia, and I am playing Arphef, the Dwarven War Cleric.
And hello, I am Aras Savad, and I am playing Nyx, aka Tabitha, the Changeling Bard Rogue.
Wonderful, wonderful. Maybe we want to volunteer to say what happened last time? No. Ominous silence. Nah, I'm good.
We went.
I was being brought
to the
hot chocolate made by my daughter.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We went to the dude. Okay.
The dudes, and they had sphere things. Floaty.
So
That's what I remember.
I recall we went back to the bar where it all started. And we were hoping to find our good friend Gedgermath, but he was not home. And this is, of course, is after the party was reunited. Arphef and Colias were running away from bad dudes with the assistance of Cranium Rat Horde. But we all met back up at the bar. We entered the extraplanar dimension of Gedgermath, only to discover Gedgermath wasn't home, and instead residing there was Elias, the Scary. And he said that Gedgermath was back on the Isle of the Black Trees, kind of like a prisoner type situation. Kahareth demanded that Elias go release him, and he left. To what end, we will see. And nothing else of consequence happened.
Nothing at all. Nothing of consequence whatsoever, especially not right at the end. Definitely not.
This is true. It's very true.
There was also an extraplanar jaunt to Ilya's stomping grounds, where we met her old master. And he was a big fan of Kahareth, as everyone usually is.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Little jaunt to limbo. It's always good for the soul.
And as we were leaving, Colias, her face turned into the face of my regret monster and said, "I see you." And then she walked through the portal to get back, leaving me very upset.
And since we ended the last episode with those 3 words, I see you, I think we'll begin this episode with those 3 words. I see you. And Tabitha, as you're staring back at this face that Colias has taken on, it's like you get hit in the face with a brick almost. Your eyes shut, your legs become wobbly, knees threatening to buckle underneath of you, and you hold on to this place. And when you open your eyes, what you see when you look around is just blackness. And your feet seem to be standing almost like on top of pools of just black water in all directions, all around you. And there's an eerie silence. The only sound is your body as you turn, your feet moving in place with the soft clap of the water against the bottom of your heels. And from over the corner, or over your shoulder, I should say, you hear a voice once more say, I see you.
Does this voice sound familiar?
Oh, yes. Very, very familiar.
Who is it? I turned to look,
You
but
turn.
for player knowledge, who does it sound like?
You turn and you see the image of Goliath approaching you. Hands behind his back, just sort of strolling along the top of the water's edge, making his way in your direction. Oh, not who you were expecting to see, I take it.
No, not at all.
And I take it you got my letter?
I figured that was from you. Where are we?
Well, you see, my drones cut a ray of light across the throat of the multiverse, and they're walking across it as we speak. They walk the plains seeking truth. And here, he sort of lifts his arms up. Here I am their God, their Lord, their Primus, and all answer to me. But, Tabitha, you and I, our intimate connection binds. You to me, and I to you. So where you go, well, so do I follow. And so here, we both be.
Why?
Why are we here?
Why are we here? Why are we connected? Why? I don't understand.
You see, when you all decided to go with the Isle of the Black Trees, you brought about great change. Change in the multiverse. And there you slew the part of me that was the weakest part. Took away my regret. Took away my weakness. And now I'm free to roam, free to do as I wish. But, in the circumstances, it seems that part of you was left as well in my plane.
I can imagine which part.
The young one was smart enough to figure it out, it would seem. But, I think she has her own powers on top of it.
So what, I don't?
You see, it's sort of lowers himself to the floor of this water, sitting cross-legged upon it. My sister Delansora never lied to me. Never. But you did. She warned me about people like you. You put on one face, but you wear so many. See, I just thought you were some simple creature of flesh and bone. No, you were just so much more.
We're all much more than flesh and bone. I hate to tell you that, Elias, but that's the truth.
But you put on a new face to hide something. Hide your pain, your sorrow, your insecurities. But you see, power, true power, lies in peeling back the layers of your flesh, revealing that demon that's within you. Nyx.
You know, it's not really your business why I wear a mask.
Perhaps not, but currently I am you and you are me.
Well, I hate us both.
That's an unfortunate thing to say. But I do offer something to you if you'd like to listen.
Seems that I am at your immediate and perpetual disposal.
Ah, yeah. Well, you see, if you show me a face, Nyx, show me a true face, I'll tell you what, I'll peel back my flesh and reveal the true darkness. And I'll show you power. Power enough to stand up for all those who can't. Power to purge the world in hellish fires of pure mercy. And guess what? You won't have to hide anymore. You'll be loved, feared. You can show true healing just through the pain of your hand.
It's funny, you say you're me and I am you, but you have no idea what I want. I don't want to be feared. That's why I take a face. I want to blend in. I want to just disappear. If you ask me, I shouldn't even be alive right now.
How about your friends out there? Still hiding from them too?
Not all of them.
It's a good thing that you do. They will lie to you. They will try to denounce you. They'll even try to steal your gifts.
I don't think you really know people.
See, my sister Delansora only spoke truths, and so I only speak in truth. You only need to open your ears. And if you open your eyes, I'll show you the wonders of the multiverse. Walk by my side, and I will lead you to paradise.
How about you just lead me back to my friends?
He smiles and stands. Nyx, if you stand in my way, you will burn in the fire. And so will your friends, one by one. I think they're calling to you now. Best get back to them, huh?
Well, I was trying and you stopped me, so.
He comes a little closer to you, his hands still now tucked behind his back, smiling at you. You're not entirely clear what you're messing with here, but you will learn in time.
Why do you want to see my true face? If you already know what I am, you presume to know what I want and what I feel and what I think. Why do I have to show you my true face? You already seen it. You know what it is.
It's not so much that I need to see it. I think you need to see it. Because I think you forgot who the fuck you were a long time ago.
I'm nobody. I've always been nobody. I'm Nyx. Nada. Nyx this one. That's why they called me Nyx. Nobody. As are you.
Oh, I'm many things. Primus. God. Power. Proxy. The Eater of Worlds.
Some fancy titles you collected.
Oh, they weren't collected, they were earned. And I have you and your friends to thank for that, by the way.
Well, I guess you're welcome or something.
Yeah. Thank you. Sword turns and looks over his shoulder. They're calling to you now. He lifts a hand up to your face and pushes. And it's like your feet had nothing to stand on to begin with, and you fall back into the water. And you begin to feel it wrap around you, its cold embrace, and instantly begins to fill your nostrils and your mouth and your ears, your lungs, and you begin to choke. And the blackness fades. And you all are staring at Nyx at this point, who just seems to have spaced out for some reason, staring at Colias.
Tabitha?
Tabs. Hey, Tabs.
Did we lose her? Oh my god.
You alright?
Oh. Yeah, I'm okay.
How long was Tabitha just staring into space?
She was staring at you for an uncomfortable probably 10 seconds.
Is there something on me?
Oh, I thought you had a little something right there, but it's just a fleck.
Ah.
Should we go?
Adventurer dust.
Yeah, adventure dust. That's it.
Onward to victory.
Yeah, let's keep going. Where to next?
Well, Gadramath is now trapped. I would assume on the Isle of Black Trees.
We were gonna head back to Elias's lab, maybe, because
I don't really want to go there.
Find Gadramath so that we can find the mercenaries, because the mercenaries might be in danger or something.
Shouldn't go to the island, Black Trees. No, just no.
I mean, are you sure? I mean, it's the only.
We should just no.
Right.
Let's let's go find a quiet place to talk privately. And anybody have anywhere close by or something?
My squatting spot is right down there.
Let's go there.
Who's falling behind Tabitha?
I'd be somewhere near the back, maybe not right behind her, but probably a few spaces back.
Couldn't give me a perception check then, Arphef.
That was a nat 20 for the first roll of the
Natural
24.
20.
A 24 total. Yep.
Excellent. Even in like this dim light on the city streets, you're noticing the footprints in front of you as you're walking are just wet. You trail your eyes up forward to where Tabitha is walking with every step she takes. The footprints are a little drier each time, but as if she had been walking through water.
I would look up. Has it been raining? Is anywhere else on the ground wet? Just where her footsteps were?
Just where she was walking.
Yeah, as we're walking, I'll kind of take note of that, and if anybody else is kind of back behind, I'll kind of tap them and try to point down at the ground and see if anybody else is seeing this as well.
Anybody accompanying Arphef? Or is he the nominated rear person?
I'm in the front, usually.
You are leading where we're going.
Colias would follow behind Elia.
Then I would probably, if that's the order, I would probably tap on Tabitha and say, you've got something there on your shoes, I think.
Oh, it's weird. Must have stepped in something.
Must have. Be careful on these streets.
I know. Hey, you were gone for a while. I'm really glad to see you back.
It's good to be back. It was an interesting adventure before. Was thankful to get to help people and rats. It was good to help somebody, as it were. Since being here, I felt a little helpless and got the chance to do some helping. So I kind of feel rejuvenated for it.
Yeah, I still need that story about Jack.
Jack, absolutely. No, it was him and all of his cranium rats were under attack, being hunted and kidnapped or rat-napped, if you will, just left and right. Seems some strange Githyanki or Githzerai, I don't know what those things really are, was collecting all of them to try to experiment and control them through some kind of psionic psychic powers. I don't know, but was building some kind of a cranium rat army to go after an elder brain. Again, things I know nothing of, but which they were. This Githyanki had no issue just proclaiming. So it was rat on rat, as we tried to free all these enslaved, kind of mind trapped cranium rats, and it was good for me, having been in Sigil for so long and not really having a place to, or a group or an army to fight with. It was a good remembrance of old times for me. So, and finally we slew the Githyanki, freed the rats, and from there it was off to the races to find all of you.
That's fascinating.
I
was gonna say very quietly, Colias goes, he called the rats people up to Ilya.
He called the Gith things.
Yeah. I was gonna say something about that, but I didn't.
Yeah. Well, after a while hanging out with them, they've got their own little personality. They're every bit as real and as live as any of us.
I mean, I completely I can imagine that. Yeah, that sounds legitimate. I mean, especially since, they're cranium rats and they've got higher intelligence and they can telepathically talk to people, and, it makes sense that they have their own wants and needs.
Yeah,
personalities and stuff.
and they had board game nights and just all kinds of fun things going on. Yeah. I think it's Tuesdays.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. If we're ever free on one, we should try to join them.
Yeah. Oh, did they ever play Dragon Chess?
Jack is very good at it. I would not wager against him if I were you.
Noted. Okay.
Quickly out of character, as our DM adds.
I was going to say, are we there yet?
Proficiency for Jack the Rat in Dragon Chess to his character sheet.
For the record, you've never had control of this game.
Very fair. Very fair.
You've got 2 bards in the party.
Oh, Lord. Pandemic game nights on Tuesdays. Everybody be there.
Hey, Cranium Rat's gotta have fun too.
Right before we hit the door or get to the location, I'm going to kind of give Colias a sidelong glance and say, I didn't really want to do it before because, you know, we were in a place of safety and I know that we all needed our rest, especially you, but would you mind if I examined you once we get inside?
Examined me? Do I have ticks again? Oh
No. No. Nell was kind of looking at you kind of funny. Says to me he saw something that I can't. He kept doing that too, so I just want to check you out and make sure that all's right and natural.
I don't see why not. I trust you, Ilya. No worries.
Great.
Okay. So you all found your ways back to Ilya's little stomping ground, little hidey hole in the middle of Sigil, with its broken floors, unkept room. No cranium rats here this time. But it doesn't look like anybody's been here either, which is a welcome sign.
I'm just going to make extra sure to check every little nook and cranny.
Absolutely.
Before we settle in.
I'm also going to paranoid look through the house, the little area. I called it a house, but it's not. It's more like an apartment.
Like a studio almost.
Yeah.
So you all begin to tear about, looking out the windows, looking around the corners underneath any floorboards that are exposed. Just being very meticulous about it. Don't see anything out of the ordinary.
So, everybody sit down.
This is a big one now, isn't it? Okay.
And please no one scream. And I start pacing as I'm talking. So I haven't been completely forthcoming with any of you except for Ilya. My name's not Tabitha. My name's Nyx. And I don't really look like this. I'm sure you probably could have guessed that I didn't look like this. And I drop all forms. And you see before you a very pale changeling with long white hair, wearing same clothes, very thin, delicate features, big, completely white eyes. And I just look around to see what reactions. I'm just like...
You look from face to face. Also, there's probably some sense of trepidation just kind of wandering up your spine at this point. Being so exposed, raw. You're in the corner of your mind. I see you.
Shut up, Goliath! So, this is where that was just the start. So before we got out onto the street, I don't know exactly what happened, but I was somehow transported to Elias' domain, I guess. I don't... It was dark, and Arphef, you've got a great eye. I was standing in water. And he... I don't quite understand everything he said. It all kind of happened a little fast. But apparently while we were on the Isle of Black Trees, we killed the weakest part of him and somehow, like, unleashed his power. And I'm not exactly sure what that means. He called himself a world eater.
That sounds like a really big deal.
It is, and he also said that well he offered me a deal. He said that I could join him and expose myself to him, and he'd show me his if I showed him mine. But I didn't really want to see it. And he said that if I stood in his way, that I would burn, as would the rest of you. And I don't want that to happen.
Thank you for sharing. Appreciate that.
For the record, I am 100% aware that is not how the conversation went. But please keep in mind, Nyx has not had a good night's sleep in at least a week. She has been under constant stress, and she's about that close to a breakdown. So her memory is not exactly on point. She's picking up the biggest parts of her story. Just putting that out there. Yeah, so he I don't know exactly what his plan is, but apparently he's like some sort of like god or something. Or at least he thinks it.
Well, if he's a wizard that's powerful enough to like take full chunks of reality and displace it, then, you know, I think a lot of powerful wizards think they're gods. That's not uncommon. And we knew he was barmy, so.
Yeah, that's the truth. And there was one more thing that he said that he said that he's connected to me and that I'm him and he's me, and I could hear his voice in my head just now. So I don't know. I don't know how to get rid of it.
Did he touch you?
Yeah.
Well, that's not a spell that I'm aware of.
No, I don't. I don't think that was what made us connected. He said something about the little one figuring it out. Because the weakest part of him, the regret, it was in, oh gosh, it was in the forest, and we killed it, and now he doesn't have it. But he said, Colias, he said you figured it out. I don't know what that means, really.
Okay, all right. Wait, before we go resting on Mind Eliath's words here, do remember he attempted to seduce you, it sounds like.
I don't think that was really like a "hey baby" kind of thing. I don't know. It was more like a
not that kind of a seduction. Like if you stand in my way, then everyone's gonna burn. Like he's trying to manipulate you, right?
yeah. I mean,
so take his words with a bit of a grain of salt here. Like if he throws you some kind of nugget you think is true, be careful. You might be falling into a trap.
that makes sense.
At this point, Arphef is gonna stand up on his little dwarf feet and take a few steps closer to you and say, "Nix, it's good to finally meet you," and reaches his hand out. It sounds like we need to kill this regret monster and get Goliath out of your head.
Well, I don't.
I think I know what he means when he said the little one figured it out. When I accepted my regret instead of destroying my regret. I guess when you destroy part of your regret, it destroys a part of your mind, maybe? I mean, it is a part of you. Just a theory.
Well, I'm not sure yet if everything is right as rain, because the fact that you're not dreaming ain't natural. So that means that we did not return the natural order of things by doing that.
I've slept like one night. People don't have dreams every night, Ilya.
Yeah, and not dreaming is pretty natural.
Yeah, but like there's
lots of times when people just don't remember their dreams.
Okay, I get you, but Eliath was talking about him not having dreams. So if it's correlative, then we tried killing the thing, and then we tried accepting the thing. Nothing. I understand that we've only slept one night, and I'm willing to continue to observe the situation. But I'm just saying, right now, it doesn't feel like we've returned to the natural order.
As soon as Nyx dropped, or as soon as Tabitha dropped her disguise and appeared as Nyx, I would have used my Paladin Divine Sense, which the first sentence of which says, "The presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor." And it continues from there. Now, if that's just flavor text, it's one thing. But if it's not flavor text, I would potentially be picking up a bouquet from somewhere. Maybe. I don't know.
Kahareth, it's a stench to the point where your eyes immediately begin to water. Your temples throb, and then you're almost taken to your knees by the pain that explodes in your head. It is that all-encompassing.
Are you okay, Karl?
Man, I am getting some major bad vibes.
I'm sorry.
Is it coming from Nyx or Colias?
It's coming from Nyx.
I'm sorry. I should have been more forthcoming. I didn't. When we met, I was pretending to be Tabitha because it was just that was what I needed to do to survive there. And after that, I didn't want to show you that I'd been lying to you. I can leave if that makes you more comfortable.
No, not a chance.
I don't think it's you per se, although it's coming from you. It's not you. I think it's whoever you got riding shotgun with you.
Oh shit! So that's real. Oh.
And I just fall on my knees in front of you. I'm like, can you get it out? Take it out.
I mean, probably to do that, we'd have to sever the connection, right? So either kill you or kill Elias.
I mean, I'm here. Just do that.
No, wait, we're not gonna kill you.
I have the ability to cure diseases and poisons and whatnot, but I can't exorcise any entities, at least not yet.
Elias did mention something about was it Elias? I think it was, that mentioned something like a tether. Maybe we can find it on another plane. Whenever the connection is, and I'm talking about an actual physical connection.
Or maybe we just go to the Isle of Black Trees, kill Elias, and celebrate.
When I went, he wasn't on the Isle. It was somewhere else. I've never seen anything like it. It was just dark, and we were like standing on top of water, and there was nothing. It wasn't the Isle.
Watery and dark sounds like it could be a lot of things. Among them, the lower chaotic corner of the wheel.
But couldn't that also just be the Isle of Black Trees? Because it was like a marsh or something, right?
Could also be that their dream realm.
Anything could be the dream realm. You can't go there without sleeping. So
I don't think I was asleep. It was after we woke up. I mean, it was when you guys were you were all calling my name, and I kind of snapped out of it, and we continued, and that was when it happened.
well, do you want to
do you sense a connection with Colias?
Yeah, do I sense anything with Colias?
Do not.
That's a minor relief.
Okay. Well, then maybe what I need to do is hunt down my regret and make peace with it.
Nix, how long have you been in Sigil?
What did we say, like a couple years? I'm not sure. Kahareth, how long have we been in Sigil? I came with you.
At least 6 months. Not more than 5 years. Somewhere in between there.
That is a range.
6 months to a few years.
That's like
we'll say like 6-9 months.
It's like a Comcast schedule. Go ahead and give me history check with advantage.
Me?
Yeah.
Let's use the Yumi dice.
Which dice are you using?
I'm using my Lionheart dice and my pumpkin dice latte dice. Oh, natural 20! Yeah, Lionheart.
Okay, that's 2 for you guys so far. Okay. Next, as you're going back through all this and thinking about the situation where you're at during its back to your conversation with Elias, you remember that you'd completely forgotten to say anything about him calling himself Primus. You know what Primus is. Now, Aras, the player, might not, but
No.
Nix, the character, probably would. You know, Primus is pretty much the supreme intelligence of the Modron race within the realm of Mechanus.
Okay.
So he controls the entirety of the things that go along in this place called Regulus, which is the home place of these Modrons. And you also remember back to his conversation, him talking about his drones that are leading across the multiverse. I'm going to give you more information since you gave me a crit. Sounds very much like something called the Great Modron March, which is an event that happens every 700 years, where for no known reason outside of Primus himself, Modrons begin to march around the Great Wheel until they make their way back to Mechanis. Perhaps the two are connected in some way. But with him calling himself Primus, it's kind of an odd correlation to make.
Okay. Well, so he called himself a god. He said he was the eater of the worlds. He said it was Primus, which is that's insane. He can't be the Primus.
Yeah, he also said he talked to Lathander, so we know the guy's. You know what? Can you still talk to him now?
That's exactly what I was thinking, Kahareth.
Probably. And then I say in my head, Elias, are you there?
I'll always be here.
Yep, he's still there.
Whether I choose to answer from this point on is up to me, of course, entirely.
Can you actually hear everything that's going on around me?
Oh, I hear everything. I see everything through your eyes. Feel
Well, that's
everything
creepy as
through
hell.
your flesh.
Yeah, that's really creepy.
All right. I am going to try to send a message to Elias. What is it you want, fella? Does that work?
What is it I want? I want every damn thing.
We don't negotiate with terrorists. What is it going to take to get you out of my friend's head?
All she has to do is agree to my terms.
Well, I don't negotiate with terrorists. She might very well do it. What are your terms?
I think that's a personal conversation between me and Nyx.
Nyx, turns out I can talk to him too in my brain. He seems to be willing to leave if you agree to his terms. I told him that we aren't about to do that. But, you know, I don't know what those terms are. I don't know if that's worth it to you or not. I don't want to speak for you.
Essentially, it was join him.
Well, that doesn't sound very good.
Reveal my real face to him.
Well, you did that then.
No.
Right? You revealed your face?
Not to him. To you. It's different. He's just like a... Sorry, I'm trying to think of a really good insulting... He's like a parasite sitting in my brain. There's... Not doing anything for him. He just happens to be along for the ride.
So now that we know, or now that Kahareth knows that he can hear what's going on, he's going to send a message to Arphef. So, Arphef, buddy, do you have anything that can exercise, entities?
Arphef is going to think back and say, that's not really my forte. My god makes my axe stronger. Not really good at pushing out Primus gods from brains, unfortunately.
I feel like it's a power gifted to those who are the most devout of the faith. I don't know if Clangaden works different.
Out of character, are you asking about remove curse or?
No. There is a spell that I'm referring to, but I'm not a cleric, so I didn't have it at the top of my head.
Got it. So he'll think back to you and say, these are spells that Clangaden might have, but has never presented to me before. It might take me some time to discover them, as I've never searched for them before. I'm gonna. Oh wait, can I start something back, or do I have to wait for you to start a conversation again?
Well, you could continue replying.
Got it. Then I would say, are there any temples to Clangaden here in Sigil that you might know of? I've never seen any, but I haven't seen a fraction of a city.
Well, so the Harmonium's base is in the plane where Clangaden hangs out. And so I don't know if there's a temple really, but we might be able to get you a face-to-face. The Harmonium base themselves in the same place Clangaden hangs out. I hear. I've never been.
Well, that might not be a bad place to start, but in on the off chance we can't get there or meet with Clangaden, I'll do some soul searching and some reaching out to my god and see if I can't come up with something here in the meantime.
While they're doing their doing this and doing the eyes, making the eyes at each other.
Oh, and quickly, I am for sure staring directly at Kahareth with my fingers on my head or on my head.
Yeah, this whole time we're just watching back and forth like, oh shit.
While they're talking, outside of the conversation of the entire. Oh no, wait, yeah, that makes sense. Nix, did you mind if can I say something to the dude real quick? I need to stress, this is not at you.
He can hear you. He can hear everything. It's really. He said he can see everything through my eyes and feel it from my skin. It's really creepy, right?
Perfect. Yes.
Super creepy?
Yes.
Okay.
Very creepy. So I just want to stress again, this is not at you, okay? Do I have your 100% understanding of that?
Okay.
Use a fucking dick! We are gonna beat the fuck out of you! You are toast! Okay. All right. Sorry. Thank you, Nix.
Yeah, he's just laughing. I feel like I'm going crazy.
You're not. Don't worry.
I mean, I've always had 6 people kind of all commingling in here, but now there's another one that I didn't make up.
This I can confidently tell you is one of those things where if you endure it, you will be much stronger when you come out of it. I promise.
Might I just say real quick, because Eliath can see and feel and hear everything that Nix says, we're in the unfortunate place where Nix is kind of like a spy for the other side completely on accident. So any sort of conniving and planning we do, Eliath will know everything about it if we let Nix in on the plan.
Like I said, I can go.
Nope.
No,
Not
I
happening.
don't think that'd be the best. No, you're really cool. You're just really cool. We like having you around.
I think we can beat that motherfucker even with you being eyes and ears for him. I am not concerned about that.
They will denounce you. They will try to steal your power.
I don't have any power. I have nothing. I am no one.
Look at them, already plotting. Determining your future for you. Already making the path ahead of you for themselves.
I just shout, "Get out of my head!" I walk out onto the street and just pace in front of the door.
I'll go on out after her and just I won't touch her, but I'll like kind of like hover hands over her shoulders and like probably not the best place to be in your current circumstances.
It might be better for me not to be anywhere that you are.
Why?
Because, Ilya, I care about you. You're the first person I ever actually cared about aside from Tabitha. And I don't want anything to happen to you, that's why.
Will you wear her flesh too?
Fuck you, Elias!
Well, I mean, I like you too, very, very much, in fact, and you're one of the first people that I've gotten on well with and ever. And I don't want to lose you. I want to keep you close so that I can help you. If you run away from us, we're not going to be able to help you.
All you gotta do is kill her. You could take her over. You could be her right now.
I don't want to.
You don't have to be Tabitha no more. You could be
I don't
Ilya.
I don't want to be her.
Come inside and you can yell.
Perhaps for easier targets, maybe take the little girl this time. Or the dim-witted dwarf. Or that goody-goody two-shoe Kahareth.
Look, Nix, if this is causing you anguish, then we gotta get it going. We gotta get the plan going sooner than later about how to fix it. Come back inside. We can talk about it. We can fix it.
Come on, draw your sword.
You can't make me.
Oh, I'm
You
not
can't
gonna
make me,
you.
Elias. You can't persuade me into it. I won't.
Do you want to test my power?
I don't want anything to do with you.
Look, Nix, I know that he's in your brain, but you own your own brain. You can control this.
Is that your final decision, girl?
Fuck off.
Then you can watch them burn.
You're not touching my friends.
Get no response.
I walk outside and say, I've got an idea. It's going to take about 10 minutes. And just come back inside and might be able to do something.
Okay. We'll go back inside.
I'll look around to make sure that nobody like looking at us funny.
Oh, they probably are.
Okay. What I'd like to do is see if I can cast 2 different spells for a combined effect of good things happening. And so the first thing I'm going to do is say, Nix, why don't you just take a seat right here? And I'm place a hand on her shoulder, and I'm gonna cast protection from evil and good. So that lasts for 10 minutes. And while that is going on, I'm going to prepare. So there's this spell called Ceremony that I have prepared. and it names a bunch of ceremonies, like atonement or coming of age or a wedding. I know exorcisms are a type of ceremony. So I'm going to just try to just chant, and with the power of prayer and belief, see if I can force this entity out of my friend Nick's.
Okay. I'm just reading over a couple of these, don't mind me.
And while he's doing that, Arphef will stand behind him shortly and off to the side, just might have been off to the side, holding his symbol to Clangadin and trying to copy or mirror what Kahareth is doing from behind him. Whether it works or not, doesn't matter. He's trying to lend aid to it.
Gotcha. Okay. No specific entry for exorcisms, but we will shoot off the hip for this one. So, you, scribe, upon the floor, a sigil of sorts. Something meant to banish, to protect, and begin to fuel the spell. And silver, like raindrops falling upwards, begin to rain off of it. Why don't you go ahead and make me the, I think it's, what is a wisdom religion check? I don't remember now. I just had that spell and dropped it. Wisdom insight check, I apologize. But we can do religion in this case. I think that would make more sense.
Do I have the choice, or do you want me to do religion?
Either or. I'm fine with either or,
Okay.
to be honest with you.
Then I will choose insight.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
As nat 20, 24.
Oh,
Number
okay.
3 today.
In a row.
Of all of our rolls, yeah.
Every roll.
Holy
is a natural
shit!
20.
Fuck yeah, we're great. It's all going downhill from here.
I just don't even need to be here because you all have won D&D. So. Okay. Arphef. What are you adding to this ceremony? What are you saying, or what are you offering up to this sigil, to this power, to try and relinquish this entity that has found its way inside of Nyx?
Yep. The first thing Arphef is doing is taking a moment to try to clear his mind entirely and think about the task at hand and try to connect to Clangadin, something he's had difficulty doing ever since he got to Sigil. And so those first few moments we spent trying to reach out to Clangadin, seeking his aid. And from that, besides trying to mirror the chants or whatever it is that he hears Kahareth saying in his mind, Arphef is thinking about, not losing a recently found friend and basically being willing to give anything up to Clangadin to help in this situation. But if I can pick up on words or things that Kahareth is saying, I want to be trying to mimic that out loud.
Okay. Go ahead, give me a religion check if you don't mind. I'm making this a DC right now. It's going to be really fucking low because somebody critted. Just saying.
Well, mine is a 10 total.
Holy shit. Not a natural 20.
The heck? Come on, dude.
Step it up.
Okay. For sheer transparency, between the two of you, the DC ended up being about 3. I rolled a 15, so I think you passed. Nyx, you are within this sigil of the silver, of raindrops that are begin to whoosh around you now. You feel your hair splaying off your shoulders up into this torrent of air almost. And with it, you feel something drawing from you. It's almost as if like the blood is leaving your veins. You feel the suction of it. Just pouring through your skin.
The entire time, I'm just chanting in my head, out, Elias, get the fuck out of my brain. Get out.
You're answered with this laughter that seems to be within a vacuum itself, that gets quieter and quieter as this entity is ripped from you. And the sigil itself begins to start to go colder, the light fading. And you're all left with this smell of rotting vegetation, of damp earth, and you can smell it just boiling up from this sigil, and then feeling it waft up through the room, up into the rafters, and from the room itself. And Tabitha, you, or Nyx, whatever I want to call you now, I suppose, do you almost feel like there's a part of you missing at this point? But your limbs, your psyche, your id, all feel to be your own for the time being, at least.
Take a big shuddering breath in. I think he's gone. I think he's gone, Kahareth. And I just give you a big ass hug. Like, I essentially just fly into your arms. Like, thank you. Yep, that's it. She just starts just crying and hugging Kahareth.
Shh, it's all right. It's all right. I divine sense right away.
You don't sense anything off of her currently. There's this like residual essence within the air itself and within the room itself, very faint. And again, that scent, that very timid smell of the swamplands, of a fen, of a marsh, of stagnant water, does pervade and permeate your senses. But it's not an immediate area, it's not an immediate threat.
And just to be 100% certain, still nothing from Colias.
Correct.
Shh, it's all right. It's all right.
What are we... I kind of pull back. What are we gonna do? He's somehow the... At least he says he's the leader of the Modrons. I mean, that's an army. Says
Well,
he's-
armies are no new threat to me, so at least that's something I can understand.
Well...
I think that's like the secondary or tertiary. It's the army and them. That's a later problem. He
said something. He said machinations are out roaming now. That's got a connection somewhere. I know something.
We need to take care of your monster the same way, either the way that we took care of Sarpedon's monster or the way Colias took care of her monster. One way or another, we got to take care of that fella.
I don't think either of those is the correct option for the record, but it being not my monster. Then I'll just say that and leave it be.
You know, I think Colias is right, though. I mean, everyone looks at you and they just see a little kid. I don't. I think you're really wise, Colias. I think I need to do that too.
Well, thank you for recognizing my maturity. But, Ilya, if you really are concerned about this solution, you should probably take the time to check me over now like you said you wanted to.
Yeah, sure. Not sure. I was thinking I might find something specific, but Kahareth did whatever. Something. What did you? What the fuck just happened in the last 10 minutes or so? Anyone want to let the rest of the class in on what you did?
Well, what I attempted to do was dispel the evilness that was lurking inside of my friend Nyx here.
So what? You exorcised fucking Primus?
He claims to be that. Who knows? I sense tremendous evil, and I don't know much about Primus. But if that's from if he's in charge of that Mechanist place, that's they're not really good or evil, right? They're just
Pretty neutral.
middle of the road.
No, they're oppressive. They're bad. They may not be evil as far as the definition of evil. They're not lower planes, no. But anything that's too much is bad. Too much order is bad. That's what that whole place is about.
Agree to disagree, Ilya.
I mean, she's kind of right. Too much of anything is bad. Too much of a good thing is bad. Too much of a bad thing is really bad.
Agree to disagree with you too.
I think that we should. I think that the solution lies in what Anti-Sarpedon wanted us to do from the get-go, and that was shove him back into the place from whence he came. But don't know how to do that. Maybe there's still something to the whole astral cord idea. I don't know. I don't know anything, obviously. I sat here this whole time.
Well, do we agree that the most imminent threat is Nyx's monster?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry. I apologize for... I'm back. I'm better. Everything's fine. Y'all tell me what you want to do, and I will help you, and I will take you to where you want to go.
I think it might be wise to first find the regret monster and then maybe think about taking care of Elias, aka Primus, aka that asshole.
All right. Well, Colias, you had some luck finding your
How'd you find it?
thing. Yeah. How'd you do that?
Oh, it was quite a story.
Let's
Let
hear
me
it.
tell you what. I wandered through the city until I ran into her for several hours.
Well, guess I can just wander.
Can you,
suppose.
Colias, can you tell us about your encounter? just so Nyx can be prepared?
It was like greeting a wild animal. You're not supposed to startle it or make any sudden moves or overwhelm it. So we should probably tail you, but if we run into your regret monster, we should probably back off so you can have a moment to talk.
What do we talk about?
Whatever's important to you.
Oh, okay. In public?
I mean, I don't think I would have been able to tell my regret monster, hey, let's go have a cup of tea and we'll chat.
You know, I'm just saying because I'm a really private person. If you couldn't tell.
Can we just like be far away enough so that we don't hear you and do it like?
Well, I was just more worried about other people. Like,
we'll beat anyone up who comes near you. That's a solid plan.
Colias, you're the best. All right. Well, I guess let's start wandering. Where would my regret go to hang out? Maybe a tavern? Do regrets hang out?
I don't think they do.
Let me see if, because they've got like, they can sense. You can sense each other, sort of. Though they can sense you, right?
I suppose so. You would think that Sarpedons would have been able to find him rather than tracking us down, though.
Unless something happened to him, or he's not here.
Also true. He could have jumped into a different plane. Well, let's get to wandering, I guess. Should I go as Tabitha or myself?
That's you. That's whatever you like. I will say at least that I don't think that you, Nyx, would actually stir up anything here. For what it's worth. Don't think anyone would stare.
You know, other than like the 2 minutes just now, I've never been outside as myself. At least not here.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah, let's try it. We're taking off masks and being who we are with no regrets. Let's go.
Okay. You all getting up and leaving together here, I'm assuming? Is there space between you guys? Is traveling as a group? Is Nyx way ahead?
I'll start walking. I guess everybody just follows it there.
Okay.
I'll see how far how much distance Colias gives her and follow suit.
I would also like to, I'll probably be in the middle somewhere, I guess. I'd like to use my primeval awareness while I'm out there. See if I can sense any effect the lay of the land has as far as aberrations go.
Okay. Sounds good. You all take to the streets of Sigil. It's beginning to get towards another evening. Time within limbo to here was a little disorienting. Didn't quite pass just the same, but there's still the random passerby. The streets aren't quite as bustling as they would be during the peak of the day. Tabitha, aren't you going to give me a perception check?
Come on, Lionheart. Oh, that wasn't good. Let's see. Perception. Oh, that's better. 17.
17?
Or 16, sorry.
16?
Yeah.
Oh, really loud for everybody too? Or is it just me it's really loud for?
What, me?
I played music. I didn't know if I heard it or not. Seemed really loud to me.
I hear it. It is not very loud to me.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, now I hear the music.
Sorry for the interruption there. So, Nyx, you're traveling through the streets of Sigil, just under the cover of dark, wearing the flesh you were given from the time you were born for the first time within the city streets. And you see across the street a hooded figure sort of sliding down the cobblestones. Their robe is tattered and dragging behind them. And you look to their face, and what you see is this grizzled, older-looking figure who looks at you. And for a split second, the face melts away, and you see a very pale-skinned, elderly-looking person with that pale white hair and silver eyes looking back at you and giving you a smile, before melting back into the grizzled old figure once more. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Might have caught the last part. I'm not entirely sure.
I don't think it did.
I don't think it did. What a shame.
It's fine. We can just start beatboxing. Cats and boots and 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 cats.
What a thing to come back to. Okay. One break we had a discussion here because we had a very heavy moment. So let you all know that we are playing with safety tools. And that doesn't just include us, it includes all of you guys watching as well. So if there's something that's out there that's like super triggering you and making you feel terrible about something, by all means, you can throw an X up in chat. We'll move the scene on to something else or change it entirely. If you're okay with it, hit the big old O and we'll just keep on pressing on. If you, I think it was at the end, is that the right one, I believe? That you're okay to continue, but I know it's getting somewhere a little too close to you. I will try to keep an eye out for that as best I can, and hopefully if you guys don't see me reacting to it, because I can go in my little tangents and close my eyes while I'm talking and trying to express things, just smack me.
I will reach through the computer and smack you.
I would appreciate that very much. But anywho, we are back now, and we are taking to the streets of Sigil. Tabitha just had I keep calling you Tabitha now, and your name's Nyx, and I'm never going to now call you Nyx, because I always wanted to call you Nyx before, and I kept... it's just a fucking mess.
It's fine. You can call me whatever you like.
Goliath.
Don't call me that.
Then it's not anything I like.
Okay, you can call me either of those.
Okay. That is definitely not the one I wanted to play just now. That was very ominous. I'm sorry, I was trying to find some music here. I have nothing. It's just like walking the streets.
Walking the streets.
Walking
Walking fast.
Are we just going to continue with the songs today?
Yes. At least we're not rapping.
Anymore.
Okay.
Just don't say the keywords.
Nyx, what's going through your head right now?
There's thoughts racing and circling back about the essentially everything that's happened in the past week, because this has only been a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's images of herself wearing Tabitha's skin from her nightmare. There's flashes of her conversations with Goliath, both in the Isle of Black Trees and in the Dark Place. There's bits of Ilya talking to her after she initially revealed herself, essentially saying that she looked really cool and that just feeling that there's so much there's so much emotion in one little body right now. And unlike being able to change through her faces at will, she cannot change through her emotions at will. And it's kind of just a big torrent of energy. I'd imagine that anybody who's following her that's really good at reading people would definitely see that she's very distracted. She is in a glass case of emotion. And she keeps tugging at her hair every once in a while to try to bring herself back to the present. I'm trying to keep an eye out. After she sees that face, change. She is kind of honed in on that figure and trying to kind of parallel them, see if she can see where they're going.
Okay. You watch them keep pressing by. They just seem to be walking the opposite way you are currently. About 50 more feet past the point where you meet, you see them slink into a home. You see the light from within begins to cascade out into the streets as the front door opens, and they begin to move inside, gingerly shutting the door behind them.
I stop outside the house, not directly outside, but like a little bit back. And I look back to my friends and I say, I don't know if that was my regret that went into that house right there, but I think it might have been. Should I go in? Should I knock?
Wait, question. We saw this person. Did we see what Nyx saw? Since we're like keeping back, or are we just watching Nyx suddenly start following a stranger, seemingly?
You all are fairly far back, and I would say Nyx has a more personal connection to what she saw, based on what happened. So you don't see the changing of the figure's face, but you do see her begin to withdraw back and stop in front of this house. But you don't garner anything else off of that. The figure didn't really draw your eye. It didn't seem to be out of place within the hive itself. Just another passerby, in your opinion.
Colias does this.
I think if you want to check something out, you just check it out. Knocking isn't going to hurt anybody.
Do I... So if they answer the door and it's not them, do I say hello? Is my regret here? Or is this moment the regret?
I mean, you could always ding dong ditch him, but like really poorly. Like they see you and everything. It's very poorly executed ding dong ditch.
I'm sorry. What is this ding dong ditch?
Knock knock, ditch.
Oh, you mean like knocking on someone's door and then leaving? Who would do that?
I don't know, but they're terrible people.
Oh gosh. All right, I will approach the door.
Okay.
And gingerly knock on it. Very nervous, extremely nervous.
Okay. You rap upon the door, and there's a long pause before you finally hear the shuffle of feet moving towards it from the other side, and the creak of the wood as the door opens just barely, and you see the face of the person you had seen before, looking to you, looking somewhat startled, seeing you. Yes. Is there something I can do for you?
I'm sorry. I thought you look like someone I knew. I apologize. I shouldn't have knocked on the door. I'm very sorry. You have a good day. And I start backing up.
Miss. Door opens slightly more. I I appreciate what you're doing there.
What?
With all of this.
I don't understand what you mean.
You see the figure look back up and down the street. How close are the rest of you to this scene?
We're close enough to like hear and see what's going on.
Okay. She sort of takes her hood to the side, stretching it, and turns and just tries her best just to show you her face, Nyx. And you see the image melt away once more. And what you see is the wrinkled face of a changeling. Been hiding for some time myself. Just think you're very brave.
Why do you... no, I'm sorry, that's a very personal question. How did you know? Why are you hiding yourself?
Well, we are in the hive, and I'm sure you know what our kind are usually sought after for.
Yeah.
For you know, we've got shackles on us, and we're told to go knock off so-and-so for a few gold, a few commons in our pocket. Before we realize we're indentured servants to some underlord who only wishes to have our hands soaked in blood.
You know, this is the first time I've been out with my own face since I was a kid. Probably was a bad idea, huh? You know, just trying a new thing.
I think it suits you.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm too old and grizzled and ugly to be wearing it around myself, so I've got the whole thing where I can change and look like anybody I want to, but prefer just to be left alone, you know. But
Definitely know that. I'm sorry. I'm Nyx. What's your name?
they call me Cholera.
Clara. That's a beautiful name.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to keep you that long. Just be careful. I have a feeling you're not from around here. So.
Not really, no. I will go ahead and put my hood up, and as I do so, I will change my face back to Tabitha. You know, it was kind of nice walking around as me, but also it was very, very scary. Thank you.
Thank you for brightening my day for the first time in a long time.
You know, I really think I needed to meet you today.
Yeah, same.
Miss Clara, could I have a hug?
Well, I don't mind. If you don't mind all of this. Sort
I
of
don't.
Motions to her clothing that's all old and soiled, and she gingerly steps forward towards you. That awkward moment where you don't know who's top or the bottom or the side, but eventually she wraps her arms around you.
I give her just like the biggest hug ever.
She returns it.
Thank you.
She leans back, still holding on to you a little bit. You're gonna be alright.
I hope so. And if you ever see this face around, know that I'm a friend.
Same.
Wish you a great day. I'm so sorry to disturb you.
It's quite alright. I guess I better be getting back. Take care of yourself.
You as well. May all your faces be shiny.
I might have to use that in the future.
Someone told me that a really long time ago and kind of kept it in the back of my mind. I don't think I've ever told anybody that before.
You have to be a customer of ours, then, eh?
All right. Farewell. I will walk back to my friends, wiping away a tear here and there, and like, okay, that was not at all what I thought it was going to be, but that, you know what, I needed that. Let's keep walking. I'm gonna just start walking.
Oh, okay. We'll kind of, quickly follow.
Moving through the streets. The lone changeling who's sort of like looking out the door waves a little bit before closing it, the light sinking back into the house and off the streets. And next, that weight begins to slide off of you. I suppose you probably carry your posture a little bit better. Not so sunk down and hidden, but move forward with some confidence into the street ahead. And your friends in tow.
Just looking for my regrets.
Just looking for your regrets. Much like Colias, it seems that you walk into the dark of night, all of you. Hours seem endless, as if nothing is going to happen. And Nyx, I suppose you probably still have that seed within you of your purpose, of what you're looking for. And I would say between you and actually Ilya, who's constantly on this search for things and presences around you, in a dark corner just outside the ladies' ward, outside of the hive itself, the quiet streets, you just feel some eyes on you. Familiar eyes. And Ilya, you feel just that presence of this alien presence of something that's beyond the planes themselves. And not just in one direction either. Currently you feel it in 4 directions around you. Off to your, what would be the south of you, a couple dings. And up to the north of you, a couple dings. And one seems to be circling around closer, but the others are approaching you as well, but not quite as steadfast, not quite as hardy in their motions.
We might be walking into an ambush.
Should I turn around?
Up to you.
Do
I'm ready. I'm ready to kick some ass. So.
Anybody else?
Ilya, what do you mean by an ambush?
Well, I sense an aberrational presence, but not just one of them. Many.
Well, I guess that might be the other one. I guess we can take the other ones while you handle yours, if that's what's happening.
I think, and I'll put my hand to the ground and kind of just feel the vibrations from it, and say, I think one is moving faster towards us than the others.
I assume that's probably mine. I'm pretty fast, but I could be wrong.
We could wait and cross our fingers.
Yeah, maybe we should, do you think they're tracking us? Maybe we'll go, wait for them in an alley or something.
Can I sense the direction from which the one that's traveling faster is coming?
Right now it's coming from the northwest, moving south, more southerly. It's currently in the northwest and moving more southerly towards you.
We could run to meet the one that's traveling quicker. That way we would be out of this crossfire section.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. At the very least, we'll catch that one, and then it'll give us hopefully a little bit of time before the others reach us.
Would you lose your nerve if I hid? I'll be right here with you, but I think it's tactically superior.
No,
What's happening?
it's okay. Hey, look, Colias, I'm bait now. Yeah, I'll continue walking towards that one that's coming up, and just whatever you guys feel is best is just.
We'll keep an eye on you and protect you.
I have a feeling that there's not much we're going to be able to do, but okay.
How close are you all following behind Nyx? Or are you just traveling with her?
I'd say we're like traveling in the same direction as her, but never losing eyesight, and always close enough to be able to like try to at least like run in if something, that isn't her regret monster starts like attacking her.
Okay.
Maybe like 50, 60 feet unless there's an obstacle, and then get a little bit closer for that.
Okay. And Ilya, this whole time you can feel still these things almost pincering you at this point. Again, they're not moving quite as quickly as the original was. And as you all begin to take off in the direction more quickly, you can feel them adjusting. It's as if they have some sort of idea what your direction is.
I think they sense us.
Can you smell them?
A little bit.
Oh wait, we're not close enough. Never mind. Ooh. All right, I will continue until I am face to face with something, or at least something's in my sights.
Okay. You rush for another 15 minutes, trailing down these side streets. You can feel that the two of them are getting very close at this point to colliding. And now the presences seem to have shifted more to your southwest and your northeast at this point. 2 to your southwest and 1 to your northeast at this point, growing closer to you. And they seem to be moving more directly. Doesn't seem like they're being stopped by streets or obstacles. You have a feeling that perhaps it's higher. There may be rooftops or some other sort of mode of transportation in your direction. I will give you that much.
I'm sticking to the shadows, but I will every once in a while. The rest of y'all will see like a hand come out and make gestures and signals like pointing at Kahareth and be like, eyes up. Arphef, eyes up.
Okay.
Colias, eyes up.
And you begin to make your directions and sort of plan out your little strategy here. And what you see directly behind Nyx, suddenly a wall of darkness just erupts from the street, its tendrils swirling around each other, beginning to climb up the air. Tabitha, you look behind you suddenly to see this wall erupting behind you, and you feel that presence growing closer. And there's a slight pop in the air, getting closer to you. Before long, you see the familiar figure standing just 20 feet from you at this point, of what you would probably call Tabitha, more akin to Tabitha than to Nyx herself, with the serrated face, as if the smile goes a little too far up into the jawline. And the yellow eyes, with the crimson just around the pupil, staring at you with her head tilted slightly. Wispy hair just barely falling over her shoulders. Almost like cobwebs hanging from the corners of this tattered hood she adorns herself with. This cowl.
You're not very easy to find, you know.
You're so easy to find.
Well, I think you have an advantage on me. You're part of me.
Is that so?
I think so. Probably the worst part, but maybe also the best. You know, I thought a lot about what I wanted to say to you as I was searching the streets. And, you know, I miss Tabitha. And yes, I wear her face, but I'm not her. And I didn't kill her, and I didn't make her sick, but I survived. I don't know why, but I did, and I'm here now, and I could never forget her, but I think I need to let go of her, which means letting go of you.
She tilts her head listening to you. Didn't kill her, but won't let her die either.
No one ever really dies, do they? They always live on in the people who they touched. Everyone does. Even if it's just as light as a breeze. A smile on the street, a wave. Smiling stranger. A hug from someone you just met. Everyone leaves a mark. And that's what lives on. Tabitha just made a really big mark on me.
You see the form of Tabitha twitch, as if she's fighting back something. And the eyes snapping back up to you as you speak. I'm not a part of you.
Yeah, you are. Not quite sure exactly which part or parts. I mean, I feel like this is a complicated situation here, but you were created, because I was holding on to something that I should have let go a long time ago. I dropped Tabitha's face to my own, pale, wide eyes, silver hair. And I say, it's time for me to put away her face. It's time for me to let her move into the death that she should have had a long time ago.
The figure moves quickly towards you all of a sudden, rushing up to your frame, sort of gazing over your face with those eyes. I see you. Ilya, Arphef, MK, Kahareth, go and give me perception checks, please.
Nine.
17.
Okay.
An unnatural 20.
That's a 23 for Arphef.
Lovely. Okay, so with 3 of you succeeding in this, to your southwest, staring over the edge of the buildings, down into the streets below at you, you see the figure of a small child. It's not like a girl. I should say it's a child. It's more like a juvenile, a youth, staring down into the street. Very pale, almost like flesh is drained of color. Very pale pallor to it. And to your northeast, you see 2 other figures who are sort of staring down the scene right now of Nyx and Tabitha play out beneath them. What you would guess to be a long-haired figure with a small frame, but carrying this massive pole with... It looks almost like a sledge on the end of it. But it looks like it's too fucking heavy to be carried by anybody. And it's lined with, looks like almost like nails or spikes. Some wicked, cruel-looking instrument over its shoulder. And beside them, you see another figure that has the upper body of some sort of twisted, almost insectoid looking frame to it, like a carapace of it's over top of its flesh, and the mouth is framed in tentacles, sort of them writhing out into the air as if almost tasting the scene that's unfolding below it. And from the waist down, you see a hooved, 4-legged sort of apparition beneath of it that seems to almost sway underneath of it, almost if it's not quite corporeal. It's a strange thing to try to look upon. they don't seem to be attacking. They don't seem to be like looking they're going to be jumping down upon you. It looks like right now their whole intention is focused on the scene playing out between the two of them right now.
Hey, Kahareth.
What's going on, Ilya?
I have a really, really bad feeling about this. We cannot win this fight.
Well, there's no fight yet.
Nyx, the figure of Tabitha, sort of sneers at you, and it's hard to make the face myself, but as the lips curl, the edges of the mouth sort of split. As you're used to that face, squirming off into 4 sections, but it's a very unsettling look, and begins to raise a hand towards your face.
I pull her in for a hug.
And there's a surprised, almost oof sound as you envelop her. And you can smell that god-awful smell of the Isle of Black Trees just wafting off of her. And she sort of gasps against you, almost unsure what to do in the position that she's in. And she leans next to your ear. Do we fight now?
I'd really rather not. I don't want to fight with my past anymore. I want to accept it. I want to move on. And I want it to end up being a part of me that gives me strength. Because that's what it will. Everything I've been through has made me stronger.
The voice begins to get more excited. He's coming for all of you. He's going to kill them all.
How do we stop him?
I don't know. She leans back, sort of looking at you, and she places her hands upon your shoulders. Begins to shake you slightly, not violently, but as a sense of urgency. He's too powerful.
Well, the only way to fight that is to team up. Why not work together? You're obviously afraid of him.
I'm not sure that I'm not him.
For a little while, I thought I was going crazy because he was in my head too, but... And I look in her eyes and I say, you are stronger than this. I know, because you're part of me.
Her eyes close, sort of averting from your gaze. And you almost feel like a wave of shame emitting from her. Am I going to die here?
I don't want you to. I'd rather not.
And finally she looks up to you with her eyes opening. I only have one more question for you. Do I have a soul?
I don't know. But if anything that I've heard in the past week is true, then you're a part of me, and I probably have a soul, which means that you share it with me. So yes, we have to, share sometimes. Like it's my day to have the soul, and then tomorrow you can have it, and we'll split weekends, and you don't have to die. Neither of us do.
She slowly lowers her hands, like down around your arms, until she's holding your hands. She looks upon you deep into your eyes. There isn't much time. If we're going to do this, we have to do it now. He knows.
Well, he can go kick rocks. And I clasp her hands tightly. What do we do? Maybe another hug?
Fuck. And she just grabs you as hard as she can. And it's very uncomfortable. There's the strength that she possesses is unworldly. And you feel almost as if the two of your shoulders are going to meet themselves in the middle of her hug. It's very painful. And she says, I accept you.
I accept you.
The rest of you, you see this wall of this blackness that was before you begin to fade back down to the cobblestones and splay across it like fog dissipating. And as it lingers off, its tendrils off to the edges beyond your sight, you see the two figures ahead of you clasp one another. And above you, you see the figures of the three other regret monsters, as you call them, lean closer to the edge, looking like they're perhaps ready to strike at this point. I'll give you a reaction in case there's something you wish to do.
Is it like, does the little one across the way have like polearm edge first pointed down? Like that's what.
I'm sorry, which one was that?
The berserker, the
one that looks like Vesper.
Yeah, Vesper. That's it.
Looks like they have this maul almost on their shoulder, and they're putting a foot up on the edge and look like they're ready just to leap down onto the scene as it is.
I can't. I'm not strong enough. Oh.
I cast a spell.
No.
And that spell is Sanctuary, and I cast it on Nyx.
Okay. Excellent.
I'll put that in chat just so everyone knows what it is.
No problem.
Like, Nyx, you'll be protected as long if you don't hit them, they won't hit you.
I'm a little busy, not paying attention.
Arphef or Colias, is there anything you'd like to do?
the one with the maul is the one that I would attempt to just stare down. I'd have my axe at the ready, but I would wait for it to make the first move. That's the one I'm going to square up against.
Okay. Colias?
I want to. Can I prepare, or like rather ready?
Mm-hmm.
I want to ready Dissonant Whispers on whichever one seems to be attacking first. If it goes for an attack, if it just jumps down and doesn't attack, then I don't want to use it. But if it's very like obvious, like an attack is going to happen, I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Alrighty. We can do that.
Can I be like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, look around, and then just like smack Kahareth on the back and cast Protection from Evil and Good?
Absolutely.
Quickly, I'm going to cast, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself just to get ready.
Okay. So you all begin to tense in this scene as it seems like everything's about to drop down upon you. And before you, the two figures of Nyx and her regret embrace. And Colias, you are almost instantly realizing what's about to happen right now. You are suddenly shocked as a blinding white explosion erupts before you. The entire scene beginning to shake. Loose rock and stone. Give me dexterity saving throws, please. Nyx, you don't have to worry about it, so don't.
I was just about to roll for that.
Nah, I kind of figured.
6.
Beautiful.
12.
12, okay.
20.
20, good.
7.
7. Okay, so anybody that rolled below a 10, you're going to take 10 points of bludgeoning damage, or force damage, I'm sorry. And those that pass, you'll take half as much. As you are all thrown to the sides of this alley. And the figures themselves that are beginning to leap down, they too are blown to the sides of the alley, smacking against the walls and begin to tumble into the streets below you. And don't appear to be moving very quickly at this point. Nyx, you are face down on the street at this point. With these blackened, circled remains around you. Not ash, there's no physical body, but the figure you're holding is definitely no longer there, and you're finding it hard to keep your consciousness about you. I'm going to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, I'm good at those. Oh, I'm great at those. Con save 6.
6, excellent. You're going to suffer 1 level of exhaustion, but you are not unconscious.
Can I mark that on my sheet somewhere?
I don't know that you can in Roll20, but I'm not sure about D&D Beyond.
Looking
I think you
at
can.
D&D Beyond.
There's a gear icon next to spells.
Oh, I found it.
Oh.
It's not next to spells. If you go up just under your hit points, there's a box with defenses and conditions. If you click on the conditions, down, scroll all the way down to the bottom is exhaustion levels. That's really good to know. Just so you know, D&D Beyond, y'all. Not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored.
I mean, if you want to be...
I mean, we can totally be sponsored by D&D Beyond. I'm sure all of us would be okay with that.
I would be fine with that. Okay, so there's this massive explosion. Everything rattles around you. Your all bodies are thrown to the sides, along with the regret monsters that have jumped down upon you. And everybody begins to whift up off these streets, the dust settling upon them like something that had been sitting in an old house for a long, long time, and it's just covered in a thick layer of dust. It just drops off your bodies as you stand. And what you find yourselves in It's not a great situation as these three aberrations begin to slowly drag themselves up off the street and looking in your all's direction and begin to rush forward.
Hi, we were just, oh shit!
And that is where we're going to end our session tonight.
That was beautiful. Perfect time to end.
So
Good. That was so good. Oh my gosh.
Let me get something that's not so ominous sounding for the time being. So, let's just go do our usual turn around the cast here and let everybody know who you are, where they can find you, and what else you got going on if you'd like to so do so.
Yes, hello, hi. I'm Casey. I've been Elia Hin. You can find me on this channel, of course. The other channel I'm primarily located on currently is Open for Adventure. That's OPENFOR Adventure, all spelled out there. And that is going to take place tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. CST, 11 a.m. EST. That's the Half Rate Heroes show. We are level 15 characters fighting in a secret war against our goddess of darkness and loss. And then on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. CST, 9 EST, we're in a new show called Strands. So if you like to get on the ground floor, there you go. There's that. And you can find both me and Karl there if you enjoyed us today.
Hi, I'm Karl. What Casey said is true. Where she is, I am. Where I am, she also is. Thank you for coming by. Good day.
The day.
That was so half-assed. I love it.
My TED Talk. Hi, everybody. I'm MK, also known as Music Combat on Twitter. If you want to see me do neat and cool stuff, I'm here every Saturday. Wow, isn't that interesting? Wonder where you are right now. And then I meant
know.
Friday. Crap.
It's not Saturday. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But...
Oh, it was the TED Talk thing. It threw me off. Dang it, Karl. No, but really, I stream on Twitch, on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MK is the best. Right now, I'm playing through Fallout New Vegas. And on Saturdays or Thursdays, depending on my schedule, I stream Bloodborne with my brother. Also, I just got a new computer, so my stream quality and everything is going to go way up. I'm also going to get a VR headset, which is super cool, so maybe we might do some stuff in VR here soon if VR doesn't make me super, super sick. Hopefully not. But yeah, other than that, that's me.
And good evening, I'm Jovar of Celestia. I am here on Twitch Friday nights hanging out with this lovely crew, on Twitter talking about D&D when I can, and besides that, trying to catch these other great streams whenever possible. So check them out.
Hello, I'm Aras. I do a lot of stuff. Thought I'd preface that. I'm your friendly Rainbow Stitch Witch. You can find the stuff that I make, which is general accessories at this point, at arasavad.com. On Sundays, not this Sunday because I will be on my way back from Pennsylvania. You can find me on the Open for Adventure Twitch channel playing in a homebrew 5th edition campaign, which we're currently calling Sunday Friends because we don't have a group name yet. That's at 4 p.m. Eastern time on Sundays. On Thursdays, you can find me on Unmade Gaming's channel playing Void, which is a Coriolis campaign. Space! And that's at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Heck yeah, I see you, Casey. And then you can find me here on Fridays. It's great. It's fantastic. I cried on stream today. Congratulations. That's the first time anybody's ever been able to make me cry on camera.
I'll be quitting streaming after tonight, just so you know.
You peaked. We're done.
Anything else?
That's it, I think.
Okay.
I'm sure there's other shit, but
Yeah.
Follow me on Twitter. You'll find all the shit.
So you got like a store and stuff, so
Yeah.
just saying.
I need to give you a code. We gotta get you a discount code.
Absolutely. I will definitely put it on there. Speaking of that, for sponsors we currently have, go visit So Nerdware. If you put in the code ECHOES, you can get 10% off your order, which is a neat little store with a bunch of shirts and mugs and stickers. It's all made by your friendly neighborhood community members within the TTRPG community. So go check that out. There's even one on there by me. It's not a big deal. If you go buy your Gygax 316 shirt, though, it all goes to charity because I don't make any commissions on it. So if you want to go check it out and support the stream, support the other creators in the community, I encourage you to do so. I just want to give a quick shout out to Digital and Dice, who played on our 4th episode. Mark played on it. They just had their 200th episode of their podcast, and it's really fucking amazing. They're really great people. I encourage you to go check them out because they're a lot of fun. Let's see, other than that, I just do this show right now because I'm old and have little time. But I might have something very small coming up here in the very near future. Just saying, so keep an eye on my Twitter. When I can talk about it, I'll put it out there. Let's see, anything else? No, I think that's it. Yeah, so unless you guys have anything else to say, I'm going to go and cut it there for the night.
Ooh, I have something to say.
Oh.
You're an excellent DM, and I'm happy to play with you every week.
Aw,
Retweet.
I appreciate that. Thanks so much. I guess I should thank JP out there for the 500 bits. That was really nice of you, dude.
Yes, thank you.
And hi to MK's brother. I see you.
Hi, dearest brother.
Hi, dearest brother. He's a good dude. He streams with you. What? I think you guys do it Thursdays right now.
Thursdays, we're gonna try to stream tomorrow with the new PC.
Oh, okay.
actually.
So
Yeah, we're gonna try to set it up in time, hopefully.
okay, so on Twitch, MK is the best is the name there. You can go watch
Yes.
her and dearest brother do some Bloodborne together. It's a good time. It really is. I'm there every fucking time. It's a hilarious time, and I love it.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just talking the truth. That's all. So, okay. I'm going to call us out here then. So we will see you all around the interwebs or the Twitterverse or whatever you want to call it. So, I completely froze up what I was going to say.
We'll see you around, so
I am
bye.
terrible at this fucking job.
Bye-bye.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
There we go.
Love y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Stay classy.